Well, riding the rails was once the premier way to commute in the Northland. You could get on a Duluth, Mesabi, and Iron Range train and go from Duluth to Two Harbors to any spot on the range. Duluth's Lake Superior Railroad Museum is gearing up to pay tribute to that grand railroad, and Dave Anderson tells us how in this week's Holding On to History.
The Duluth, Mesabi, and Iron Range Railroad was part of our lives for decades, and now the Lake Superior Railroad Museum wants to hear your story of the rails. The roots of the DM&IR Railroad were laid down along with its tracks in the 1880s to haul ore out of the Sedan mine. Passenger service all across the Iron Range to the Twin Ports was offered as well on cars like old number 19 here, which wasn't the epitome of comfort.
The windows opened for air conditioning, which meant that you also got all the dust and the dirt and the soot and the grime and the smoke from the steam locomotive.
Car 19 comes from 1890 and is the first exhibit the museum got when it opened in 1973. It has just emerged from a restoration, and finding period-correct parts was tough.
Well, we started out by trying to find historic-looking carpet, which is harder to do than one would imagine.
Corey Hackbarth is museum curator. Now that Coach 19 is all fixed up, the next project will be to gather stories from people about their memories of the DM&IR.
We are starting a program called Working on the Railroad Stories of the DM&IR. And what we're really trying to do is collect either oral histories or objects with stories behind them to really bring that story forward.
The oral history project is still in the planning stages, but those with tales to tell will be welcomed in the near future. Hackbarth feels those tales are worth telling and preserving.
The DM&IR was our local story, our local railroad, and it's so important. It was such an important part of our history. It helped grow us to where we are now.
The DM&IR was absorbed by Canadian National in 2004, but even today you can still see some of the old cars out there hauling ore. Holding on to history in Duluth, Dave Anderson, Northern News Now.
Dave, thank you. Another upcoming project will be renovations to gallery car number 255, which is located right outside the museum on track number 3. Right now, that car is a little rundown from sitting outside in the weather.